sky is falling, the sky is falling. M's were down 4-0 after 1, and then when it was 4-1, Edgar Martinez off Gil Heredia. That's upstairs, 2-run cut. Cuts the lead to 4-3. Bottom 5, A's up 5-3. John Jaha thinks maybe he has extra bases. Ichiro thinks differently. Defense saves runs, and he was 2 for 5 at the plate. Top 7 still 5-3. Went on for David Bell. Everybody gets to walk home. Bell, 6th of the season, 2 for 4, 2 runs. Drives in 2 games, tied at 5. Bottom 8, bases are chucked. Tomato signs right back there at the Rhodes. Could have gone to second, no, goes to first. They get 1 out, but a run scores. We're tied up at 6. Next batter, Johnny Damon. He in that hefty 214 average. He gets just enough of it. Miguel Tejada will score. Jeremy Giambi thinks about it and should have thought about it a little longer. Gets hung up and they got him out. But damage done. A's up 7-6. So, Hugh, the 9th inning comeback. Martinez hits it over the right side. That's an out, but it's a ground out that scores Ichiro. We're tied at 7. 2 batters later. Brett Boone. Unbelievable. Just a little fly ball. Mark McLemore tagging and scoring. Jeremy Giambi cannot get him. Mariners hold on to win it by a count of 8-7. The A's are now 20 games out. Brett Boone, his 10th game-winning RBI of the season, leads the AL with 71 ribbies. Martinez hitting .440 with 3 homers and 10 RBI in 8 games against Oakland. This season, Mariners 19-5 against their division rivals.
Battle for first in the AL Central. Twins and Indians. No score, 2-on. Corey Koski against Bartolo Colon. Koski off the wall. Luis Rivas and Christian Guzman would score. Koski 3 for 3 against Colon in the game. 9 for 15 against Colon in his career. Twins up 2-0. Bottom 6. Indians down 6-zip. Not anymore. Ellis Burks off of Eric Milton. Burks' 15th home run of the year, and greeting him is his son. Indians down by 5 on the comeback trail, down by 4 when Burks shows once again he's not scared of heights. His 2nd home run of the game, this off the pole and right. Great catch by a fan. Indians within 3. They were within 1 on, 2 out in the 8th. Your pinch hitter, Kenny Lofton, does something he has not done all this year. Hit a home run off of Hector Carrasco, who lasted just a 1/3 of an inning, allowing 3 earned runs. Indians and Twins tied at 7 when Koski lays down the sac bunt. The throw by Travis Fryman. Wild to first. Christian Guzman would score. Twins up 8-7. Bottom 9, same score. Bases full, 2 out. LaTroy Hawkins on the mound, facing Lofton, who takes ball 4. Roberto Alomar would score. We're tied at 8. Hawkins not thrilled with the home plate umpire and his calls. The ump, Dale Scott. There's an argument. Hawkins gets tossed from the game by Dale Scott. See ya. Top 10th. Tied at 8. Luis Rivas. Grounding out to Roberto Alomar. Alomar, great play in the hole. The backhand flip for the out. Top 12 still tied 2-on. Nagy. A.J. Perzinski, who homered in this game. There it's down the line. Torrey Hunter, Brian Buchanan would score. By the way, Charles Nagy was the 8th Indians pitcher used. Twins lead by 2 when Burks, like, whoa. His first career 3-home-run game. 302 homers in his career. The 10th 3-homer game in the majors this year. There was only 9 all of last year. Oh, yeah, the rest of the game. Juan Gonzalez rounds out to end this game. A Twins victory, 10-9. Ellis Burks, the story, obviously. The first Indian with 5 hits and 3 homers in 1 game since Joe Carter pulled it off back in 1986. The first 3-homer game by an Indian since Manny Ramirez did it back in 1999. Mike Lansing was the last player, period, to have 3 homers in a loss.
Only 9 behind Anaheim for second. Scott Schoenweiss pitching in the 6th with a 5-1 lead, and Pudge damages the first of 2 homers. Rangers down 5-2. They bat around in the inning, so Pudge comes up again with the score tied, and the base is loaded. And Pudge, the chopper, beats it out. Ricky Leday will score the go-ahead run, and the Rangers win it 7-5. That is giving effort's the key to success. Pudge homers and beats out an infield chopper in the same inning. That is versatility.
Unit facing Marquise Grissom. 10+ K efforts in 11 starts this year for Randy Johnson. He had 8 strikeouts in this game. And then Dryford can't find that. 8 Ks, 7 innings, just 6 hits allowed for Randy Johnson. The offense for Arizona provided by Luis Gonzalez. Off of Dryford, off the wall. Craig Counsell would score. Gonzalez with a double, his 63rd RBI of the year for Luis Gonzalez. In the 5th, Gonzalez. He's been lifting 3 for 5. 6 RBI game. Third time in his career he's done that. Home run number 29. It's 4-1 Arizona. Bottom 7, Johnson facing Paul LaDuca. The liner, Luis Gonzalez, complete player. Top of the 8th, Moore Gonzo facing the 44-year-old Jesse Orozco, who was drafted in the 1978 draft, the same draft as Cal Ripken. And Gonzo gone. His 6th multi-home run game of his career. He has 30 homers. He had 31 last year, and that was his career high. 9-2 the final. Johnson goes those 7 innings, just allows those 2 runs. He's 4-0 lifetime with a 1.80 ERA at Dodger Stadium. Arizona has won 18 of 23 overall. And get this about Eric Karros of the Dodgers. He went deep. And you know what? 3 of his 6 career hits against Randy Johnson.
Swinging it. Top first, no score. Barry Bonds first at bat. That's a hard line. That's a laser. And just not high enough. Bonds misses the homer by 4 feet. We'll just call that a long single. Top 5, 1-zip Giants. Bonds again off Adam Eaton. And while we're waiting for that thing to come down, we'll just tell you it's his 37th homer, 6th homer this year against the Padres, 58 all-time against the Padres, most against any club. 2nd home run off Adam Eaton this year. Bottom 9, 3-1, Marcotte off Robnen. Robnen has just blown his 4th save. Kotze 2 for 5 as Ricky Henderson and Cesar Crespo score, and the game is tied at 3. Next batter, Ryan Klesko, lifts one to center, and Calvin Murray, you better get there, the game's over, and he does. Makes a great catch to end the 9th and force extra innings. Bonus baseball, top 14, 3-3 still, runners on the corners. Jeff Kent pop up. Crespo's there, but drops it. Now things are going. You got the force at second. We go down there, and now Richie really decides he's going to try and score, and not a good decision. Base running brain lock. Giants waste a golden opportunity to go ahead. Bottom 15, runners on first and second. We got the rally caps and Dixie cups on our head. Ben Davis swings, misses, you strike out, but wild pitch. Vito Santiago can't get there, so now we got the bases loaded with 2 outs for Mike Colangelo, the pinch hitter, and Colangelo. A shot at Aurelia, who's got it, got to hurry the throw. High, his 10th error of the season. Phil Nevin scores the winning run in the 15th inning. And San Diego, rejoice, rejoice. You've won a game in June. They improved to 4-0 in extra innings this year. The loss snaps the Giants' season-high 6-game winning streak, and all it took was 5 hours and 16 minutes. In case you're wondering, Bonds 3 for 5 with the home run, 2 walks. So he now has 3 multi-single games. Go with his 4 multi-homer games. 531st career homer, 3 behind Jimmy Fox for 10th.
Well, Tuesday, it was on to the Cardinals Rookie League to be a part of the rotation and even DH at times. Said Cards GM Walt Chockety about Ankiel's long road back. We've got to let him take small steps. This is our Sports Center showcase. We're talking Cubs in St. Louis. The mayor of St. Louis announcing there's a deal for new downtown baseball stadium. This is Bush. Here is an artist rendering of the proposed stadium. No score, 1-on, Ray Langford against Jason Beret. That's a golf shot off the wall. Sammy Sosa will bobble it, and that will allow Albert Pujols to score to make it 1-0 St. Louis. Langford 1 for 4, 1 RBI. He's hitting .240. Bottom 7, we're tied at 1, 2-on Fernando Vina against Farnsworth. The drag bunt, Ron Coomer. Vina, he's speedy. Mike Matheny would score. Vina 2 for 4. He's hitting .299. Top 9, 2 outs, runner on second. Sammy Sosa hitting .167 against St. Louis this year. So La Russa decides to pitch to him. And guess what? Opposite way goes Sammy. Ricky Gutierrez comes in to score. Sosa fooled Tony. 2 for 4, 1 RBI. 3-2 cards now. But then Ron Coomer sharply hit, but Placido Polanco snares it. And the Cards hang on. 13 straight losses for the Cubs at Busch. In fact, the Cubs are just 3-20 in St. Louis since the start of the 1998 season. 8 straight home wins overall for the Cards. And look out, the defending NL Central champs are just 4 games back of Chicago. Jim Edmonds with his first multi-hit game since May 13th. And guess what? That was a game against the Cubs.
Jose Acevedo making his major league debut, and then he hits Devon White. Nice bruise, not an ideal start for the kid. One batter later. Behold the power of cheese. Jeremy Burnett's his 17th, and Acevedo's down 3-0. Bottom 6, Ben Sheets, Ken Griffey Jr. 1, That's right. His first homer since last September. Junior has won. 439 now in his career. Passes Andre Dawson, 25th all-time. 10-8 in the ninth, and Junior this time not so far and not so fast. The hammy still hurting a little bit, and the Brewers hang on to win it by a count of 10-8. Acevedo finds out quickly it ain't double-A ball no more. 4 hits, 6 runs, and 4 innings. Now Junior, 7 for 18 with 5 RBIs since coming off the DL. The Reds have lost all 5 games.
Against the Devil Rays, 2-0 Red Sox. Andy Sheets down the line. Troy O'Leary couldn't care less. All over it with a great catch. Tim Wakefield, a no-hitter through 5. Cruising in the 6th, 2 outs. Randy Wynn strikes out swinging, but the ball gets away from Scott Hatterberg. Hatterberg's throw to first for the out. The 34-year-old Wakefield has a no-no through 6. Bottom 7 with Fred McGriff up. 0-2 count. McGriff. Ground ball, second base. Good play by Jose Offerman. Throw to first for the out. Wakefield a no-no through 7. Twice in 95, he took a no-hitter into the 8th. Top of the 8th, Wakefield sit alone. Even Hideo Nomo doesn't go near him. Bottom 8, Mike DeFelice struck out. Now 2 outs after a walk to Andy Sheets. It's Damian Rolls. Will the no-no continue?
The 1-2 in the air, slap play to left. Lansing is headed out. In comes O'Leary, and he makes the catch. Troy O'Leary has saved the no-hitter.
This is worth about 25 looks. Mike Lansing going out, called off. Troy O'Leary comes in, saves the no-hitter through 8 innings. Bottom 9, the speedy Jason Tyner leading off. Soft grounder. Jose Offerman charging. Hurries the throw. Tyner is safe at first. But wait a minute, is this really a hit? Let's take another look and let's do it together. Offerman fields it. His throw pulls Brian Daubach off the bag. The throw was there in time, but the officials, as they should, great call, rule it in error. No-hitter intact. But your next batter, Randy Wynn, connecting on the knuckleball, breaking up the no-hitter and breaking his bat at the same time. Tyner scores from second. The no-no is dead. It's 5-1 now after giving up another hit and walk. Wakefield leads. Great effort. Meanwhile, Derek Lowe is in. Steve Cox, your pinch hitter, making it interesting. That almost was a home run to tie the game. Instead, McGriff and Huff would score. Now it's just a 1-run game with a double for Cox. Next batter, Russ Johnson with a tying run on second. And Lowe gets Johnson to pop out. Offerman makes the catch. Tim Wakefield deserves all the congrats. The Red Sox hang on for the victory. Boston 7-0 this year against the D-Rays. They play 6 more times in the next 9 days. Yippee! Wakefield was trying to join Hideo Nomo.
1977. There's Cal. Always time for the fans, and they love him too. Appreciation for 21 years of service. Bottom 2nd against Joey Hamilton. Little chopper over to short. He's out. Ripken didn't get the ball out of the infield, but he's got a season pass for an offer if he needs to. The guy's done everything. Top 4, 2-0 Baltimore. Josh Towers against Brad Fulmer. Flies out to Brady Anderson, no relation. Anderson, he's charging. He wants to get Raul Mondesi. Now, Mondesi's thrown out more in his share, and now he's on the other end of it. Oh, Anderson and the O's get out of trouble in the 4th. Bottom 4, same score, David Segui. Hello. Not just 1, but 2 solo home runs for Segui. 3-0 Orioles at that point. Segui's 7th home run. The O's win it 5-1, and on Lou Gehrig's 98th birthday.
That bad? Steve Sparks against Scott Brocious. Sparks, he only allowed 3 hits in this game. That was one of them. And for those who think that Scott Brocious doesn't have a motor, hey, that's a triple. He would score in a Todd Green single. That was his only hit of the game. Meanwhile, Juan Encarnacion. Over the wall, his 8th home run of the year. It's 2-1 Tigers. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. You know, the Yankees' troubles, you know about it. Once they get by Rivera and Stanton, you have Ramiro Mendoza, and enough said. Damian Easley, one of his 4 hits, 4 for 4, he's hitting .290. Roger Cedeno, who stole 3 bases in this game, scores. And then Dean Palmer over Bernie Williams, 2 runs would score. Mendoza, 4 earned runs allowed in a 1/3 of an inning. The Tigers crushed the Yankees by the score of 7-1. Cedeno, along with his 3 swipes, also had 3 hits. Now listen, if I'm George Steinbrenner, Pirates up 2-1, Bruce Chen on the mound, Derek Bell greets him with that. 2nd homer of the year, putting the Pirates up 4-1. They were up 6-4 in these fills. Joe Bymeal facing Pat Burrell. Burrell, fly ball. Deep enough? I don't think so. Because Bell makes a great running catch, and the Pirates win. 8-5. Jason Kendall with 3 of the season-high 17 hits by the Pirates. Kendall took a pain-killing shot for his injured thumb instead of sitting out against the Phillies. The NL East leaders lose for the 8th time in 11 games. The Pirates have won 6 of 8.
Marlins, Braves. Atlanta's lost 3 in a row. 4 in a row would be a first this season. 3-1 Marlins. You can add a couple more to that. Kevin Millar, a 2-run jack. His 5th of the season. 5-1 Marlins. Top 6, 7-1 Marlins. Bases juice for Cliff Floyd facing Joe Nelson. And you have got to hit the money ball. Floyd, his 2nd career grand slam. 19th homer, just 3 shy of his season high now. And the Marlins up 11-1 and win it 12-2. Floyd, 4 for 6 with 11 RBIs with the bases loaded this season. Good to have that guy in that situation. Chuck Smith improves to 3-0 with a 2.29 ERA in 3 career starts against the Braves. Marlins, their season-high 5th straight victory. Florida moves into a 2nd place tie with Atlanta in the NL East.
Mets trying to win 3 straight for the 3rd time this year, hosting Montreal. That's Troy Mattis facing Desi Relaford. Base hit. Vladimir Guerrero. You want pretty, you want styling, you want Vlad. Barehanded yet. The gun to 3rd, getting Benny Agbayani. Vlad keeps the game scoreless through 5. Top 6, Guerrero facing Steve Traxel. I think you know the rest of this story. Opposite weight power. His 15th of the year. Vlad was 1 for 4. He's hitting .315. Expos up 1-0. We're tied at 1, bottom 8. Your pinch hitter, you're looking at him. Robin Ventura with 2 on. Connecting the check swing. Good hustle by Robin to beat the flip from Graham Lloyd. Relaford scores. Ray Ordonez throw out going for 3rd. Mets up 2-1. Look who's coming in from the pen. Still at Expo, Ugi Urbina. Urbina facing Todd Zeal with the bags full. Flying out to Vlad Guerrero. Now Ventura tagging up at 3rd. Guerrero's throw, usually on target, but it hits Ventura, so Ventura is safe at home. And look who's coming home as well, Joe McEwing. The Mets beat Montreal. 3 Montreal errors in the 8th, helping the Mets score 4 times to post their 3rd straight win. 7 Ks in 7 innings for Traxel. 7 scoreless innings for Mattis, just called up from AAA Ottawa to replace the disabled Hideki Arabo. Oh, when manager Bobby Valentine was asked what he knew of Troy Mattis, Bobby V said, "No video, never seen him. He's tall." Mattis is 6'8".
Rockies, Astros. Sean Chacon, Roy Oswalt, a couple of rookie starters. Oswalt up 5-1, bases loaded in the 7th. Ben Petrick right off his forearm. Had to hurt. Oswalt would lead the game. X-rays negative. 5-2 after Todd Helton scores. Later in the inning, Juan Pierre takes Jay Powell to left. Through. Jeff Cirillo scores. The Rockies within 2 at 5-3. Next batter, Nelson Cruz catches Nefi Perez with the nasty hook. Bottom 8, Astros up 5-4, runner on 3rd. Craig Biggio, not a hit, but effective. Nice snag by Jeff Cirillo. Vinny Castilla beats the throw home. The former Rocky insurance run there. Top 9, Billy Wagner just activated, gets Terry Shumpert, and then Greg Norton. Let's see. Astros win it 6-4. Oswalt allowed 3 runs and 3 hits, striking out 8 before he had to take off. Wagner pitched the 9th for his 14th save and 15 chances. Biggio had his 18-game hitting streak snapped, but did get plunked the 12th time this season.